What's up, team? This is Robert Porter and Ipiani Locker with the I Love San Bernardino County radio show on KCAA NBC 106.5 FM, 1050 AM, where we will talk politics, culture, and history. And we have an incredible show today, Ipiani. What's in store for us today?
Oh, man, we have an amazing show with an amazing group of phenomenal brothers doing great things in our community. I'll allow the brothers to go ahead and introduce yourself, starting over with Brother Alonzo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alonzo Duncan. I am the Vice President of Programs and Community Relations for 100 Black Men.
Right on.
Good evening, good evening. I'm Dr. David Morrow. I'm serving as current president for the 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire.
And I'm Antonio Winters on the mentoring chair for the 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire.
Thank you for your service.
It's James Woods, a.k.a. Dat Yoga Dude with Feel Free. What's going on, y'all?
Yeah!
Awesome.
That's how you do it right there, coming on in.
Got that.
Well, you know, going behind such incredible men, and then you got to be in the back and be like, what up? I'm here, and we're on the radio show. So today we're going to mention our sponsors. Incredible sponsors it is. Oh, I should seal this back over.
Yes.
Golden Pizza and Wings on Golden and Highland or Olive and Waterman. $6.95 plus tax all day, every day at Golden Pizza and Wings. So if you want a large pizza or a large pepperoni and you got to feed your kids, $6.95 plus tax. Or mama needs a salad, right? A chicken salad, $10.95 plus tax. You get your chicken salad, you get the kids a pizza. You have an incredible dinner for, on your TGIF. So go get Golden Pizza Wings at any time. And Yanni, you've had them a couple times, right?
Yeah, the excellent pizza. We used to get them all the time when we used to meet over at the Catholic Diocese for the Juneteenth meetings back in the day when we first got that started about 10 years ago now, when we first did the first one here in San Bernardino.
So I want to thank Ted with Golden Pizza and Wings, and I was actually thinking about him today because I did my taxes. So I might have to make him a spot in the taxes for next year.
You're a procrastinator.
Yes. Well, yes, I am. But I did my mom's taxes, so I got a little bit of life. But if you haven't done your taxes, tomorrow they're due, team.
Surprise.
Yeah,
PSA.
you might want to get them done. I'd also like to mention PAL Charter Academy, middle school, high school, and summer school. If you're interested in, your kid excelling in some really interesting stuff. I mean, they have a brand new automotive department coming in over there. They have exercise equipment of every type and sort. Sam and Wells investing over there. They have a brand new football field.
Yeah.
I mean, some incredible things right over there. So if you're interested, PAL provides the high-quality instruction every child deserves. info@palcenter.org or call 909-887-7002. Now, right now, I think they're signing up for summer school.
Awesome.
So, team, put your kids in summer school. Put them in summer school.
Someone had just tagged me in the I Love San Bernardino County, your page, or your group, I should say, asking about different school options, and I did tag PAL in there, definitely.
Because, I went to summer school one year, and it was fun. It was fun. It wasn't because I was being punished.
Where'd you go, Cajon?
No, Pacific.
Ooh.
Pacific. So,
Cardinal pride.
Yeah. But still, if your kids are having a little problem in school or they need to, you want them to be a little ahead, what a great way. So, check them out over, and then also they help students that need extra help, right?
Definitely.
So if you have a student that just really having a hard time settling in at school, they have the facilities necessary and the one-on-one instruction necessary over there to handle students that need extra help.
Awesome.
Right? And he showed me this room that had a place where the kids could just decompress with like bean bags and games and things like that. So instead of, it's not always good to punish kids. I mean, detention and all that stuff, right?
Totally.
Maybe it's something going on at home, Maybe they need to talk to the counselor or something. So this is a good school, team. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't. I went over there and I looked. I look for myself. Yeah.
What I love about them, like you said, talking about those alternative to punitive punishment, right, or punitive models, right, trying to avoid that school to prison pipeline. They're trying to cut that off by providing the resources, trying to get to the root of the cause. Like you said, it could be something going on at home, or it could be situations amongst their peers, but giving them a space to address the mental health side of things. And that's something I don't believe any of us had in high school when we were growing up. Those things were not even, the world has changed so much. I mean, we were blessed that we didn't have to worry about school shootings and things of that nature. Like none of that, at least for myself, I didn't have to worry about any of that. And I went to San Bernardino High School, in San Bernardino, right? But the world has changed so much that it's definitely a need for a different kind of approach that doesn't utilize the punitive measures and seeks to address the whole well-being of the students.
Yeah, and not so much of a focus on just the mathematics in science or anything specific. We need to let our kids figure out what they want to do.
Amen.
And then they'll excel.
Totally.
If you end up as a mechanic, but you were always meant to be a painter, you're never going to be, you might have a really nice, engine looking, but you know what I'm saying?
But
Like maybe you
it
were the
blew
next
up.
Picasso. Yeah. I like to let the kids loose.
Amen.
Give them a foundation, let them loose.
There you go.
And see what they build. And then give them those tools. Yeah, here,
Word up.
build that. Oh yeah, build what you need.
Definitely.
Build a yoga studio, right?
There you go.
And bigger. And
Yeah,
bigger.
and bigger. Thank you, Pal Charter Academy. And we have the standout of the week.
Our standout of the week is the organizations, the faith leaders, and the participants that came out to our Interfaith Immigrant Walk for Justice in downtown Riverside. It was a beautiful event. Faith leaders from the Islamic faith, the Jewish faith, Christian faith, Catholic, coming together, community to come together to show that our immigrant population is welcome here, to humanize and to ultimately to protect, because it's going to take people power to make really any kind of systemic or tangible change within this nation. So it was a beautiful example of that. Close to 300 people were there, and we walked down to the Catholic St. Francis de
Those were good
Sales
pictures,
Catholic Church.
too.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Excellent job.
Actually, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And actually got two people that reached out to me that want me to cover their community events. So if you want your community events covered at an affordable rate, hit up Ipiani Lockhart or go to my Facebook
I'm
page.
acting surprised, but I did already listen to his video.
Engaging captures
Yes.
caught.
I'm very proud.
Thank you,
Yes,
brother.
man.
Thank you, brother.
Yanni's photography, you can see it in his eyes how much he loves it. Yes.
thank you, brother.
And
Appreciate
that means you're going to be a good photographer.
And
really?
And one thing I want to shout out, and so that's our standout of the week. And so thank you to Sydney Ta and
Myokja Shabu, that's right across the street from Costco, and it's like a hot pot. So they
Yeah.
give you some vegetables, and you got some meat, and you cook your bowl on there, and you put the meat and vegetables in there, and then you dip it in the different sauces. It's so good. She has a cocktail lounge there, different specials and stuff. So look her up on Myokja Shabu on Instagram, or you can also try their
BBQs.
Yeah, the BBQ. It's Korean fried chicken. It's over on Redlands Boulevard and Redlands Boulevard.
And
Anderson.
Yeah.
Anderson. Right there by the bakers. And then there's also the mochi nut right there,
Yes,
Shion.
yes.
So like what Cindy and her husband decided to do was to bring some foodie places to the local area. Like
Something different.
she's a real estate she did real estate, and she realized that the market's changing, so she decided to do something new. So let's support her for doing that,
indeed.
right?
Yes, indeed.
That's scary and super cool.
No, totally,
Yeah,
totally.
and the food is awesome, man. So that's a reason to go anyway. So
It's always scary to take the first steps to manifest your dream, but it's totally worth it, because the life and the fulfillment that you feel for moving towards or manifesting that dream or vision that you've been given, it's priceless to know that, hey, I'm living in the purpose, I'm manifesting the dream and vision that I've been given to help build the legacy and that you want to provide for yourself and your family. So yes, it's scary, and it could be something unknowns, but please believe, if you find the courage and strength to move forward, the victory is just ahead of you.
and this show is also brought to you by Motivational Realizations, the
Energy of positive thought.
Yes, yes. And with that, we'll get ready with the show. I'm going to leave the history tidbit out, but I want to mention one history thing. The National Orange Show is happening this weekend, team,
Hey now,
right?
hey now.
So check it out on Instagram, NOS, and just go over and have some fun at the Orange Show. You know,
Totally.
just spend a little money. You know, I know it's expensive sometimes to bring a lot of kids, but just go in there, and it's cheap for the tickets. And you know what? Maybe just take them to the exhibits and the art and show them the different things like that. And maybe only do a couple rides.
There you
right?
go. There you go.
But, you know, have some fun.
There you go. There you go. I two things I want to say before we dive in is I want to shout out E-Money for this awesome new graphic that I'm seeing here at the bottom. How'd you do that,
You guys probably thought I was playing Pokemon on my iPad right now, but I was getting that loaded up for you.
Eric? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
And
no.
How do you listen to this show on the app?
Oh, you can also download the KCA app, which is available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. All app stores, just type in KCAA. You guys could also watch the live stream currently and see all the awesome graphic on kcaaradio.com right now as well.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome, awesome. And the second thing I wanted to mention is that I'm so proud of you, brother, that you've been going to the mountains, you've been going to the beach, and, you know, getting out of, I know you love San Bernardino. We all know you love San Bernardino.
I was in San Bernardino County, San Bernardino Mountains.
You were,
Yeah.
but then you did leave the county to
Yeah.
go to the beach,
And
so
I
I'm
took
proud of you.
I took San Bernardino to Venice Beach, too.
I know you did, man. I'll be praying for you, brother.
Yeah.
But great job, man.
That was fun, and thank you for noticing that. I just want my mom's life to be normal.
Amen.
And even if it's not normal to go to the beach and all these things quickly, but if you don't know how much time there is there,
for all of
then
us,
yeah,
that's
like
the truth.
you know, like if I want to go to the beach, let's go to the beach.
There you go. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Why delay it? Definitely. With that being said, let's dive into the 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire. How y'all brothers doing today?
Good.
Definitely. Should we start with the president or
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Protocol.
definitely. But Dr. Morrow, how you doing today, brother?
Wonderful.
Excellent. If you could kind of give us the mission and the background, how did 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire come to be?
Well, actually, we had a previous conversation to getting on air, and you guys were kind of talking about Damon Alexander. And just let me share that.
We love Damon
Shout out to the
Let-
and his wife Felicia.
Yes, indeed.
Let me share that we're really grateful because we're standing on his shoulders. He's one of the charter members. He's one.
Well,
of the,
he is pretty tall,
He the spearhead, you know.
and
who-
he is a Marine.
Who also-
So those are strong shoulders.
They are. Who also loves San Bernardino and really want to do something with the group and concentrate and focus on what can be done to uplift San Bernardino. So we just want to shout him out
Definitely.
for that. And with that, they developed a great mission plan to talk about uplifting the community through our 4 pillars, which are education, health and wellness, mentoring, and economic empowerment.
I love that.
So if you work around those things, it really, you talked earlier about the whole child when you talked about the PAL school, and that's kind of like our organization, right? Those 4 pillars encompasses everything that can happen in our particular organization with the mentees and the families and the communities. So
Definitely.
that's why we're here.
So you received your doctorate in your doctor.
Yes.
What is your doctorate?
What's your doctorate?
My doctorate's in organizational development
Okay.
and leadership.
And so this is the perfect position for you, right?
Well, I think it's perfect, not because of the education so much, but because of, as my colleagues would say, the heart. I really have a heart for the people, especially the people that may not be as fortunate as other people, or the families that might not be in a situation as well as other people. And that's where I get my joy and my passion from working for those people in the community.
And I also see fulfillment in, you know, you get your education and to be able to utilize it later on in ways that help others, right?
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just honest. It's
it
awesome.
education does help because I also have a master's in
opens
counseling,
doors. Yeah, it
so
opens
I can work
doors.
with, you know, the families and the kids, you know, on that psychological
Definitely.
level.
I love that. I love that. And I also saw that I believe you work with the Jack and Jill organization as well.
Well, we have several partners in the community because we are a community-based organization, and yes, Jack and Jill both chapters in the Inland Empire, one in Pomona and the other one here in the IE, are real close partners with us, along with NAACP,
Yeah.
the IE, Riverside, and Pomona, as well as NCNW in those particular cities
Definitely.
as well.
And see, the National Council for Negro Women.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yes.
Just want to. Well, definitely. Thank you, Doctor. Let's jump over to the VP now.
That's awesome.
Let's go for it. Let's try it
How
out.
you doing, Brother Alonzo?
All good, my brother. All good.
How's your experience been working with the 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire?
You know what? It's been awesome, man. A lot of work, but it's been worth the wait and the work. It's a little different, you know, as you mentioned before. I am a proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, that's what I
yeah,
forgot the
so-
proud part.
Yeah,
You know it.
yeah, proud member.
I hear
So
you. My apology.
and life member at that, if we're gonna add it. You know.
Are you guys recruiting? Or?
No, we just got to put some factuals out there first.
Get it right.
But you know, no, seriously,
always
the
recruiting,
100
yeah.
Black Men is been phenomenal, man. I retired 3 years ago, and I hit the ground running, just like an Omega, man. So I have a lot of respect for the organization and
You
my
probably hit the
chapter
ground
minister.
hopping, I imagine, maybe.
A little
Well,
too
these
old for
start-
it, but you know, I can still out there get a little something, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
A question that I have for you, because we spoke outside of the connection. You know my cousin Toya, know the Crooms family, right?
Yeah,
And
ABC.
how has your background in corrections, has any of those skill sets or approaches been something that you utilize in your leadership role with the 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire?
Absolutely. But before it got to correction, my leadership was coming up. You know, I was a middle linebacker. So
You look like
we
one.
called the defense.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got some big cuts
yeah.
there.
So we were the shot callers for the defense. No, man, just growing up, it was simple, man. My pops always taught me, man, you lead, you don't follow, you lead.
Amen.
And I've always taken that mindset. You know, I'm a worker bee. You know, my wife at times she be on my case, but she respects what I do, and I'm very community oriented. Corrections, you know, I tell people now that I'm retired, corrections and parole, same organization, just a different titles, but it humbles you. You know, coming up in that background, that upbringing, and you seeing it. You know, hey. Some people made a left turn, some made a right. So before I ran the light, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make this right. So it's been good, man. I've dedicated 29 and a half years to it. I'm proudly retired. And I tell people all the time, we used to go out to juvenile hall and speak. And the officers to be like, man, you just retired from doing this type of stuff. Why would you want to go back and give back? And I just smile. You asked me that question earlier, and I smile. I say, if not us, then who?
I hear you.
You got to understand, it has to be in your heart.
Amen. Well said, brother. Right. And my Robert, if you have a question, jump on in there.
No, well said. I
Definitely.
honestly believe this. I'm starting to. I think I actually did an interview with Damon on this organization back. It's starting to come back to me now. 100 Black Men. What do you actually do? What is the main mission of the organization?
Well, the main mission is mentoring, and this is our mentoring
Okay.
chair.
Well,
So,
definitely, brother
we'll
Antonio.
let him.
Yes.
Definitely. So if you could answer, it seems like mentoring is a foundational aspect of the 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire, and you are over the mentorship aspect of that. So why is mentoring so important nowadays?
Because mentoring can change the world. Mentoring change mindsets. So one of the things that our mentoring group is, we mentor youth. And we all know youth will become leaders of this world one day. And if we don't show them by dropping seeds to help them see things through a different lens, then we are part of the problem. So what we do as the 100 Black Men, we bring our heart. We don't bring an agenda. Because when you have an agenda, you putting people in your program. But when you listen, you take that in and then you come up with a strategy to help them the best way they can. You got to allow people to be themselves instead of telling people what you want them to be. Lionel Richie once said, "Why do everybody want to put chains on me?" And I paid my dues to make it. We paid our dues. Now it's time for us to make a change. And my big bro over there, Zoe, always say, you have leaders, but can them leaders make a difference? We all say we leaders, but are you a difference maker?
Can you give us an example?
A difference maker is this here. If you want to say no, and I know it's wrong, I need to reach you in order for you to see things on the right level. That's making a difference. But if I allow you to continue down that path of a crash test dummy, I'm more at fault.
When you see them going down that path.
Yes,
Because you know where it heads.
we know where it's headed. We didn't grew up out there. We know what that means.
They still may head there, but you can, as a mentor, you can still give them the seed. You plant those seeds, right?
You plant
might
the
pick one up.
seeds. You got to understand, we're not saviors. We seed planters.
I hear you.
Then we water them. And that's what the neighborhood is for, too. We got to water these things. But we're going to continue dropping these seeds. He may not get it today, or she may not get it today. But you may get it next year, the year after that.
Yeah, I love
You know,
that.
we always say, our parents used to tell us this. And then when we got grown, all of a sudden now we see.
Yeah, you understand.
You understand.
Word up.
Smacks you right in the face.
So what we trying to do is give you these gems we never had. Because we didn't know about resources growing up.
I hear you.
We knew about negativity. And we grew up in negativity thinking it was, we know what's up.
And had no clue.
Had no clue. Now we understanding that it's okay to be able to talk in a sentence without stopping saying, you know what I'm saying, or
You know what I mean?
you know what I mean. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to be different.
Yes.
It's okay to be yourself.
Is it okay to be a nerd?
Yes.
Yeah. Me and Yanni. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a proud nerd. Proud nerd.
What
Nerd
Nip say?
core.
What Nip say? We was talking about it earlier.
Man, we just did a video with
Yeah.
Nips, and he said, don't let nobody dictate your agenda.
I hear you.
But we do that all the time. You know, I was a gifted student, but I was scared to be smart
I was just talking about that.
because I wanted to be accepted by the neighborhood.
It's
Instead
almost
of
survival.
yes, instead of understanding that these gifts that has been given to me, I can walk on this faith and make something more than what I think I can do.
Word up.
But if I stay here, I'm comfortable because I'm with everybody else.
Yeah.
And someone said, you know, sometimes you got to think outside the box. My mindset is, why you in a box anyway?
Might went a little too deep, bro.
So I hear this crowd in the back. What is it?
Crabs in the barrel.
In the barrel.
Yep. I'm trying to pull you down.
But when have you ever seen a crab come in the barrel? They in the ocean. We put them in that barrel, just like we put each other in them barrels.
I love that.
That's actually my favorite line in OG Suicide's song. Is when you're all the crabs in a bucket, like, and everyone's on trying to pull you down. You know, it's like that out there. But like sometimes you just need one mentor to give you that hand up and maybe get out of that bucket.
And you do know that it's a saying, up at the top is room for all.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the bottom is crowded.
That's why you got to keep going down and grab another one. Get them out. We're getting there. We're going to create a ladder. Get everybody out of here.
And I always think about that exact thing when we talk about crabs in a bucket, right? About if the crabs would just all grab each other's claw and push one other out, and then there's eventually more out, and they'll just start, the momentum will pull everybody up out of there. You know what I mean? But that takes having trust in one another, genuine communication, formulating a plan. And it's so key to have a brilliant mind and be educated, be proud about that, because those skill sets of having a gifted mind or educated mind allow you to see the options that are out there versus just, oh, we're stuck in this bucket or whatever, and what can we do? Your mind will allow you to see other options, see the things that most people don't see. Because I just did a video talking about when I used to substitute in the Rialto School District and San Bernardino School District for about 3 years. I would often see the smart kids, the brilliant kids, play stupid, because once they're show that they're gifted and are really smart, right, they're targeted. And it's like, how we have to make some major changes, because how ignorant is that we target the ones that have the gifts, that see beyond our little pond right here and have beautiful and brilliant visions and are capable of manifesting that, right? Because I would tell all the students, you guys are great and you can do it, right? And you mean it for all, but you have those students where it's like, like Waterboy, like, we can't do it without you. You the main one. You know what I mean? If you don't do it, But you have those students that are brilliant, and so we have to change our thinking as far as it's beautiful to be educated. It's beautiful to be wise. And in the long run, nerds and geeks make more money on average than any other profession, right? So
unless you're a real good jock, right? I'll go all the way up to the top, right?
And even some of them are nerds because some athletes
they go to college, right?
Go to college, and some make more money off the field than on the field. You know what I mean? Or on the court or whatever medium they play on, right?
Because that's just a business, and you can start a side business. We all can start a side business. We can all be entrepreneurs. Yanni, how do we do it? You got to go get a business license, right?
Yeah, get your business license.
Get your plan together, kind of where you're going. Do your baby steps, get everything, your ducks lined up, and eventually you'll have yourself a business. Now you can do it under your own name for the beginning. Just call it My Business Robert Porter, right?
There you go.
Yanni's business, Yanni, right?
Motivational Realizations. That's why I'm in the midst of changing my business into an LLC right now. Definitely. Before we jump over to the yoga dude, is there some upcoming events and happenings that you guys coming down the pipeline?
Man, you ready? You got time for all this?
There you go, brother.
Well, we're gonna start off with this Saturday.
All right.
We'll have we adopted a street in Riverside downtown. At what's that, 5th and Market, and we go to 5th and Lime. So we get together around 7:30 a.m. You was there last month. This was just a couple of weeks ago. So we back on it. It's every 33rd Saturday. So we'll be there at 7:30 a.m. We have a little light breakfast, donuts, coffee, orange juice. We start 8 o'clock sharp with our prayer. And we also invite all community leaders, organizations, mentorships, Greek, whomever, also large and business owners. And the purpose is just to network and build relationships. Then we'll go, last year we had about 60 people? So the more the people, I think we were done by 25 minutes quicker it goes. And then afterwards we do a little fellowship with our high school mentees. We take them out to eat downtown somewhere. Awesome. But we have that coming up this coming Saturday. We have our golf tournament coming up Monday. It'll be at Victoria Country Club.
Okay.
But most importantly, we have the grand finale, October 25th.
All right.
Ontario Convention Center.
Hey now.
That's our gala.
There we go.
You will never see one like this ever again. All right.
Okay.
So please follow us on 100 Black Men, Inland Empire Facebook, 100 Black Men, Inland Empire, IG, Instagram. And, this is probably the most I've talked. I don't really do a lot of talking. I let my work show. So I'm always going to pull up social media because you see us really getting down, getting the business.
Word up.
All right?
Definitely. Thank you, brothers, for blessing us with what you do in our community, helping provide a positive light and positive example to our young men, brothers and sisters, because everyone comes out and everyone's watching. So just showing that there's more to life than just the streets or the little ponds that people dwell in.
Can I add? I like what you just said, man. I lost a real close friend, mentee of mine, named Tim Fowler. He was our district parole administrator. Played a lot of golf. In fact, tomorrow morning we're playing golf in his honor. We just started back. For the last 3 years, we play every Tuesday. So the family wanted us to do this. So he used to always tell me, Al, it don't matter how it come out your mouth, just get it done. He said, but remember one thing, you are always on stage. There's always somebody watching.
Let's dedicate this show to him.
Absolutely.
All right, on.
I
Right on.
appreciate
Do
that.
it right now.
Mention brother's name.
Timothy Fowler.
Timothy Fowler.
Thank you,
So the
Timothy.
Fowler family, this show is dedicated to Timothy Fowler, and we thank brother for his leadership and the impact that he's made in our community, because he was a true leader, because he made change, he made impact, he made a difference. So thank you to the Fowler family.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Definitely,
that.
no problem, brother.
And the yoga, dude. You gotta, you could have a whole. I love the word dude. So, but like the yoga, dude. Like, is that on your card, or did he just come up with that out of nowhere?
No, it's on my card.
No!
My LLC is that yoga dude. Everything is that yoga dude. So I didn't become that yoga dude because I'm just that cool dude. I let the kids call me that yoga dude. I come on the campuses and the kids don't remember my name, James Woods. But they remember I'm that dude that does yoga.
I as teacher and not a teacher, I understand.
Right. So like Brother Antonio was saying, man, you listen with your whole heart, and you see and understand what the kids need, and you provide it for them. You bring it to them, and you bring it to them in a way that they understand. Yoga is an ancient practice. Yoga is a practice with a whole lot of stuff around it. But if you could put it in their hands where they understand it and they're actually able to use it when they're about to take a test and they stressed out, if they could use it to take a breath before taking a swing.
What is yoga?
Yoga is a practice. So yoga is a practice actually based in ancient Egypt that came down into India. It's a practice on the mind and the body, bringing the mind and the body together. It's a word, a Sanskrit word that means to unite, to yoke, to bring together. What are you bringing together? Your mind and your body.
Okay.
And you bring your mind and your body through breathing practices, through focusing practices, and through physical practices. Because when your mind and your body are together, you can make a real decision. You can be conscious. You can be aware. You're not letting your emotions, you're not letting your feelings and your thoughts just drive you crazy. You present, you in the moment. You seeing things for what it is. You in those mountains. You at the beach. You calm. You peaceful. So you're not going off on the teacher. You're not going off on your classmate because of what your mama said to you earlier, or because of what your dad didn't say to you because he's not there at home. So you have these tools that can go around with you to be able to handle the stressors of life. And a lot of kids.
Would you call it a religion?
No.
Or
no.
is it close to that? Or like it seems like it's something that you would do at church too. I don't.
So, like in any religion, you go and you have a place to gather, right? Whether it's the mosque, the temple, the cathedral, the church house, whatever. All those religions have those different places where people gather. So with yoga, it's not a religion, but you have a place to gather within yourself. You got your mind, you got your breath, and it has those elements in it. Now, it has ties to the Hindu religion, because like I said, as it came down into the Indus Valley and landed in India, it was put together with the the people who practice the Hindu religion, and it's a part of their way to be able to have their spiritual ascension and relaxing and release. But it is also the physical part that came later. So the mental part is the main part of yoga, and then people added religion and other things around it. But it's all about the mental part. The whole idea of it is for you to be able to sit down with yourself and let all the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings come up, but you still be okay with it. And as you see now, that's probably one of the hardest things for kids to do, for people to do. Because instead of sitting with yourself, you're pulling your phone out. Instead of sitting with yourself, you're worrying about who's liking and subscribing, who's looking at you, what car you're driving, what doing it. But when you're able to sit with yourself, who you really are in that moment, once again, it comes back to you making those positive decisions. As we said, are you going to make a left or make a right?
With meditation and stretching, and all those things together.
Meditation, mindfulness, and movement. So you got these three things that you put together, the 3 M's: meditation, mindfulness, and movement. when you're meditating, you're focusing on one thing at a time. Attention is the most valuable commodity that's out there now. Everybody's fighting for your attention. But if you are able to control your attention by either putting it on your breath or putting it on some affirmations or putting on something positive, you're doing something. You're able to gain your attention and your focus back and control yourself. Mindfulness. Where is your mind at when you are doing these things? Where was your mind at when you got suspended for fighting? Where's your mind at when you went off on your coworker because you were thinking about the argument you had with your partner? So being able to be mindful and present in what you're doing and where you are is an amazing tool. And movement. So I got started into this yoga thing mainly based on the movement. So I was an outside linebacker. I wasn't inside. I was on the outside. I was outside. I wasn't, big enough to be inside.
Yeah, same here.
And I thought yoga was all about, okay, if I can just stretch a little bit better, if I can finally touch my toes and stretch my back and all these kind of things, I thought that's what I was getting into it for. That and, you go in the yoga class and you see some other things. But I was getting into the yoga class for the wrong not the wrong. There's never no wrong reason.
Wait a second. I would be remiss if I didn't ask what those other things are.
That's for a different show.
So be it.
Yoga at dark.
Yoga. My educational background, I have my master's in family therapy, so as a clinical counselor. And I was doing my internships and everything, and I met one of the internships, I met somebody that was doing the yoga thing. I said, all right, I'm gonna give it a try, stretch, get a good whatever. And I started going to the class, started going and doing the practice on a regular basis, and I noticed I was more calmer, even outside of the class. I noticed I was able to handle more of what the patients, the clients was giving to me. I was able to handle more of what my supervisor and all these things were giving me.
What about your significant other?
There was a lot more yoga for that.
Gotta love her.
Got to, man. So I saw that these changes were happening to me, and I loved it. I was really getting into it. Also, at the same time, I wasn't feeling being a therapist within the system that I was doing it in. Working for, different entities and different systems. Like y'all said, I was there with my heart. And at the same time, they got to pay their bills and everything like that. I understand. It is what it is. I got disillusioned with the therapy thing, and I needed something else. I get into this yoga thing, and it really had a huge impact on my life.
That is a critical moment in his life, team. And a lot of people, they miss that moment.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to stick it out. When you're like, it's
Right.
too much.
Right. And that's a big part of what we do now, because we work with the children. As I said, they get to have these tools to be able to utilize. But one of the biggest aspects of what we do, as I said, we save the people that save the children. We know people who work for CBOs, nonprofits, organizations, burnout is real.
Yep.
Word up. Word up.
And if you putting your heart in something on a daily basis, and you don't have the skills and tools to be able to manage the stress, the anxiety, the care that comes up for you, you're going to burn out. Yeah. And you're not going to be able to be there to support the kids. Yes, the kids are our future generation, but they need somebody right there in their corner now.
No, I'm not yoga, but I'm not against it or anything. But like I do walk every day, and I try to do my push-ups and stretching
different
and
forms
stuff.
of meditation.
Yeah. But I'm sure
100%.
that I need technique, of course. So maybe I'll watch some of your videos.
And maybe with that being said, if you don't mind, maybe if you could give us an example, and maybe we could all participate if you would like, in a breathing exercise. I know that.
No, I heard that you can expel gas very easily. No, if this happens in here,
Don't relax
Yeah.
that much, brother. Don't relax that much, brother.
Not trying to clear the place out now, all right?
but that's true, right? I'm not.
It's
Cleanse everything.
that's for a different show, all right? That's how much chubbies did you eat? But it's true. If you are able to relax, you're able to expel some of that stuff. And a lot of folks coming into these positions where we are serving children, and we still have a lot of stuff we haven't expelled yet. We still dealing with things we haven't dealt with the neighborhood. And
like
now
mental stuff.
mental
Yeah,
stuff. And then that becomes physical stuff as well.
Because you're letting the physical.
You letting your mind create even more heaviness within your body because you've been running around taking care of these kids, but you haven't been taking care of yourself. Instead of being able to take that walk, you know, I'm stressed out. Let me eat another burger. I can't get up to do my exercises. I can't stay in shape. My mind is always running because I got to take care of all these other kids and people and responsibilities. This is a position that a lot of people are in, that we see things fall, things
And
crumble.
that's not healthy.
It's not healthy. And these are positions and things that children are looking at. Before I was a 100 black men, because I'm 100 black men, I came on but about 10 years ago. And before I became a 100 black men, I was always an admirer of 100 black men. Like, and I still to this day, sitting here in this seat, these brothers are amazing. And to see this is critical for a young person. To see black men standing up for the community is critical. So it's important. I take on the position, the opportunity, the job to make sure these black men are healthy, to make sure they are still
And
around.
I'll take it a bit further for any men to stand
100%.
up, especially for our community and our kids, man, because we need to stand up.
Word up.
You know, like
Now
we
more than ever.
don't just get to go to work anymore, man. Those days are over.
So as I was developing this yoga thing, I realized that a lot of people were in this place of just needing to yell, needing to scream, needing to get it out, because that's where I was. I wanted to scream and yell about the system, about the job and stuff, and you need to do this yoga thing and you need to do this. But I learned and developed this process of going from yelling to yoga. And when we go from yelling to yoga,
I like that.
we're incorporating our systems and our process to help people relax, calm down, help you deal with that stress of being the only person in your family taking care of business, to deal with the stress of helping the community go in the right direction. So one of the biggest elements of going from yelling to yoga is being able to breathe. So we're gonna all breathe here if that's all right, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna sit up nice and tall so we can get our whole breathing apparatus together. And if you're listening or watching, please do the same thing. You can close your eyes unless you're driving. Keep them eyes open.
Yes.
You're going to relax your shoulders. There we go. Take that stress out. Even relax the face, relax the jaw, relax the chest, relax the stomach. These are all centers of stress. And we're going to fill them with oxygen. Oxygen is that key that helps us to be able to release. Oxygen is that key that helps students bring their mind back to focus and help leaders to bring their heart back to kindness. On the count of 3, we're going to just take a deep inhale. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out of the mouth. On the count of 3, we start. 1, relax. 2, let it go. And 3, everybody breathe in and breathe out. Let's take 2 more of those. Deep breath in and breathe out. 1 more breath in and breathe out. Yes. So hopefully, I hope you feel that transition of just going from maybe. That's right. That's your body telling you need to rest.
Amen.
We do so much running around. We don't listen to our body. And sometimes
10 minutes.
10 minutes, that's all you need.
Yes.
So sometimes our body is yelling at us.
And people don't even give a minute. I mean, even a minute
minute.
of relaxing breathing can help you.
That's it.
Yes.
Just a minute, and just a minute of that mindfulness, that awareness to understand that you are not breathing. Why aren't you breathing? Because you stressed? Because that report due? Because that bully over there? So being able to be aware of those things is huge. And that's what we're doing. We have our summer school programs. We've been in the Rialto School District, San Bernardino City, Moreno Valley, Riverside.
Do you make videos online?
make
or-
videos online,
How do we
too.
watch those? I can't wait.
So I got a whole 30 days worth of videos for you. And they quick, and they're easy and accessible. Mentally and physically. 30, go to thatyogadude.com. That's D as in dog, A as in apple, T as in Tom, yogadude.com /30-day yoga. Thatyogadude.com /30-day yoga. I got you. Free day, 30 days of yoga with me. And and let me know how it transforms your life, how it transforms your organization, how it transforms your school, your house, your neighborhood. Thatyogadude.com /30 days of yoga, 30-day yoga.
The question I have for you, James, is when did you have that epiphany of like, I am the yoga dude and I want to put together this program. I see this need and I want to create this entity. I want people to feel good. How did you come to that place, that conception of that idea? and the steps you took to manifest that.
And was there any inspiration?
I tried to run away from it. I tried to run away from my responsibility that I've taken on in this earth, where I thought I was going, okay, I'm gonna quit the therapy thing. I'm gonna just do yoga, and I'm gonna just travel around the world on beaches, doing yoga with the classes, nice resorts and all that kind of stuff, have a nice clientele. That's what I was gonna do. And I made it to about Atlanta, Georgia. I took a Greyhound because I was getting ready to go. And I made it to New York, and I was saying peace out to my friends. I'm about to leave. I made it to Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm sitting in a cafe with one of my mentors, telling you this mentorship thing is important. And he was like, nah, man, you can't go. You got something here. You really got something here. And he pulled out a napkin, and he said, you keep saying this thing about freedom. And he wrote on this napkin, I got it to the day, it said, feel free to feel free. And what feel free to feel free means, and it still means to me, is, as they say, be yourself, your authentic self, your real self. The self that's stressed out, that's burned out, that's going through it, that's not you. Let's take some breaths. Let's take some stretches. Let's be mindful and back to your free self, because that's the self that we need to build these communities, to build these schools. That's just the self that we need to right the wrongs that's going on in the world. So I saw that napkin, and I took it, and I took me a flight back here to Corona, California, where I'm from, Riverside, San Bernardino. And I said, I'm going to try it out. And shout out to San Bernardino City Schools. Gave me my first opportunity to be able to teach yoga in the schools and work with the students there.
Oh, I bet you those kids love it.
Yeah, you know, those kids, they have
anything's better than school, man.
Yeah, man.
Especially yoga, though.
Yeah.
They get to do exercises. No, okay, do the girls like it better or the boys?
You know what? Initially, the girls liked it, but then the boys said, hey, man, I get to do something with my body and positively in school. I remember it was this one man, I know I'm short on time, his name was Tank. They called him Tank. He looked like a tank. He was mad as a tank.
There's one over here.
And he was from some hood, some Mexican gang, I can't even remember. But he had the school on lock, because this was a continuation school. He had the school on lock. Everything had to go through him. And we was in session one day, and it was being rowdy and stuff like that. And he said, hey, I need all y'all to shut up. This is the only time of day I get to relax. This is the only time of day I don't hear gunshots. I ain't got to fight nobody. I ain't got to do this. This is my only time of day I get to relax and be myself. Y'all going to have to shut up and be quiet. Whole class just calmed down, and everybody was into it. So when they see the value of it, and it's quick to see the value of it, because when you take a breath, you see the value of it. You have that physical.
When you were doing it with where I really felt is when you told me to release my jaw.
You don't even know. You've been walking around all day with a tight jaw, walking around all day with your shoulders by your ears. Why your back hurt all day? Why your stomach upset all day? Why you got a headache at the end of the day?
Wait, we're talking about that.
So like lettuce wrap chubsies up in.
Yeah.
Release those toxins.
Release those toxins, man. So
To health.
to hell. And you know, we all got our thing and everything, but I just want to give another tool, and especially as the like we said, a lot of these things we didn't have coming up as kids. We didn't even have a place to put our emotions to share. We didn't have no therapist. We didn't have no counselor like that. You know, we getting information and stuff from the homeboys. Okay, they tell us what to do. But if you got a tool that you can use.
Here's a little bit of wacky tobacco.
Right.
that would cure it all.
That'll carry it all, right? But then when it comes back, what you got, you know, when it's not all done, if you can have a practice for yourself that you could do on a daily basis, a couple of minutes just to slow your mind down, and you can put it with any religion.
Can I mention mine real quick?
Please.
What they taught us in grad school in holistic education was feel your breath, then move to feel your feet on the ground, then move to feel your heart.
100%.
And then just repeat that, and you can usually get yourself calm within a few seconds, and then go back on whatever you're doing.
100%. And you can do that while you doing your practice, reading the Bible, reading the Quran, the Torah, whatever spiritual, religious practice
Right
you
after
got.
you're super mad at someone, it helps.
100%.
Like, because then you don't say something stupid. I try not to say stupid stuff.
But as you realize that you're getting mad, you realize, oh, my hands is balling up. Oh, my jaw is tight. Oh, my heart is beating crazy. You have these skills and tools to be aware of yourself. And when you have that sense of awareness, you have something that nobody can take away from you. One of the most powerful tools you can have is yourself. So to be able to have that. So that's what I'm offering to y'all. If you are an educator, or if you lead an organization and you want some for your kids or for your staff, just go to thatyogadude.com/30-day yoga. And we have some videos and some mindfulness practices for you to use. And it is with all gratitude and love. And at the end of every yoga class, we say this word, namaste. And it really means the real in me, recognize the real in you. I thank you and I honor you. So namaste, y'all.
Namaste, brother. Hey, hit that like button, subscribe, get some classes, participate. I know we're circling around to our last 4 minutes, and I would just like to take this opportunity to go down the line and have us speak a positive affirmation or hopes upon the community, because I just think that it's so powerful, as Brother James had pointed out, just seeing men, first and foremost men, but specifically African-American men, knowing the hurdles and the struggles of this nation. This nation is a beautiful nation, and it's still the land of opportunity. But there are issues, and we're not glossing over that. But knowing that brothers here have navigated a lot of those hurdles, and we still have hurdles to navigate as well. If you could just speak some life into our listeners, no matter what their ethnicity is, but coming from a person of color, and to speak life into them. And for me, I'll start it off and we'll pass it to the right. It's just know that you are divinely and uniquely created, and you have unique talents and gifts and blessings that only you can manifest. Find that courage and strength to render the effort to manifest these things, and know, most importantly, to love yourself.
You're not alone. You have a group of men at this table right now that care about you.
Amen.
And love you. And keep going. Whatever it is you are focused on, whatever it is you're experiencing, just keep going. And as you keep going, you'll experience all the tools, the information, and the people you need to make the changes you want for your life. Namaste.
Namaste.
I just have one thing to say is that consistency builds monuments.
Well said. Well said.
You are somebody. You are special. But most of all, you are somebody.
Amen.
I guess I'm closing now. You close
Well, now,
that, right?
Robert, close it, and then we'll have E-Money bless us as well.
I'll just say this. Be true to you. Be true to you.
Yeah, that's super important, definitely. And mine is, don't forget where we came from, team. We all came from farmers. We all came from people who just tilled the land, lived off the land. So, try to get back to that as much as you can.
Amen. E-Money, if you could bless us with a few words.
You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Yeah. And with that, this is Robert Porter and Ipiani Locker with the I Love San Bernardino County Radio Show, and we are out of here!
I'm a man who loves the blues. Day or night, I'm in the blues. Love the music.